This is a message from Ironhead. There is a growing public concern for Scientologists who are still inside Scientology, that they have fallen prey to an organization bent on controlling every aspect of their lives, bent on enforcing itself not only onto every fiber of their beings, but onto all of society. The truth is, most Scientologists have been in a condition of doubt once or many times. However, their knowledge of their personal purposes, intentions and the perceived alignment with the stated goals of Scientology helps them to keep their faith. Is it possible that without the faith they have in the Church of Scientology, its leadership, in the tech, in the writings of LRH, they simply would not be there? Is it true that they cannot acknowledge their own doubts for a fear of being declared an evil person, an SP, or even worse, the challenge of finding out the true intentions and actions of all the thrusts of Scientology is almost insurmountable, for much of the actions and products of the leadership of the organization is unknown or hidden from them. The question is, can a Scientologist fully and honestly complete a doubt formula? Could they be brave enough to question authority, and get the true statistics and true intentions of Scientology leadership, without the bias and rumor presented by the organization's leadership? Or are they relying on blind faith alone to resolve whatever doubts they may have? As per LRH, the doubt formula goes as follows. 1. Inform oneself honestly of the actual intentions and activities of that group, project or organization, brushing aside all bias and rumor. 2. Examine the statistics of the individual, group, project or organization. 3. Decide on the basis of the greatest good for the greatest number of dynamics, whether or not it should be attacked, harmed or suppressed or helped. 4. Evaluate oneself or one's own group, project or organization as to intentions and objectives. 5. Evaluate one's own or one's group, project or organization's statistics. 6. Join or remain in or befriend the one which progresses toward the greatest good for the greatest number of dynamics and announce the fact publicly to both sides. 7. Do everything possible to improve the actions and statistics of the person, group, project or organization one has remained in or joined. 8. Suffer on up through the conditions in the new group if one has changed sides, or the conditions of the group one has remained in, if wavering from it has lowered one's status. Here are some questions that were presented to me by the ex-Scientologists of 35 years, and perhaps could be examined through the doubt formula. If there are any Scientologists willing to listen, I invite you to answer these questions. Why does the e-meter cost so much? Why is the org not expanding? How many orgs have reached St. Hill size? Why is it so hard to get people into study? How many old-timer Scientologists are still around? What goals did you want to achieve and or through Scientology? Can you honestly say you have attained any of those goals? How will you be able to afford the rest of your bridge? Have you ever been pressured to stay at an event until the money target has been attained? How often have you been pressured to donate for services or at events when you couldn't afford it? How many events have you been to that promoted a final answer to Scientology's expansion? Have you ever wondered why there are no numbers on the graphs presented at international events? Do you think that OTs should be filing for bankruptcy? Are Scientology levels and courses too expensive for the average person? Are you more able? Have your gains at Scientology enabled you to make more money, and thus be able to live a prosperous lifestyle while also paying for your bridge? Are you proud to announce in public that you are a Scientologist? When you look around, not just going by the PR, is Scientology winning? Do you believe in the creed of Scientology? Are you practicing the part where it says all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely, to write freely their own opinions and to counter or utter or write upon the opinions of others? Do you know any Scientologists who has disconnected from family or friends because of the disagreements? Has anyone told you the squirrel tech not to look? Are you afraid to look? Are you afraid to communicate? Are your communications controlled by others? Do you think that the organizations or your attacks on the one world is making friends and helping to expand Scientology? Do you find yourself upset by any of these questions? Is it because the questions are being asked, or because you are unable to answer? If you are in a condition of doubt, is this a crime? I'm contending that faith requires doubt, otherwise is it truly faith? In order to improve our situation, we must do survival actions, but that is a choice we make for ourselves. What choice will Scientologists make for themselves? We are anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are legion.